Hello, all, and welcome to the newest episode of the Noobs and Knockouts Podcast, brought to you on YouTube, on Spotify, on Google, and Apple Podcasts. I'm Austin. I'm a knockout. Watched a lot of wrestling.
I'm David. I'm a noob. Haven't watched nearly as much wrestling. I would like to apologize on our behalf for our some of our absences recently, some of our holes in our usual schedule. Your boy has been moonlighting as a drag queen in the past few months. For a musical. I have to say, I had this thought the other day, and then I had a thought right before we got on today, Austin, that maybe this was an observation that Claire made in the past, but I'm gonna make it again. Wrestling is just drag culture for straight guys is what I have learned by being a drag queen a little bit. Like the level of like petty shade that comes on both comes from both mediums is right on par with each other. The level of like over the top glamorous presentation is right on par. The amount of showmanship that goes into it. So I, for one, Austin, am very excited to return once more to our favorite wrestling show, Dario Cueto's Lucha Race.
Haha.
Yeah.
Yes, as we return to Lucha Underground. Totally agree with all of that. But
Yes.
also, it is segue time. Lucha Underground season 2, especially because I can't speak to drag stuff at all. I've never watched any like drag. I've never
I
watched
have
like
never.
I've
I
never
still have
watched
not
Drag
watched.
Race. I don't think I've ever even been to a drag show. Nothing against drag shows, but I just never been to one.
I
So
have
like I
never.
can't
I have
even
also.
accurately comment.
I have never also actually been to a drag show. I've just done it multiple times now.
I mean, who
So
needs to go to one if you just be one?
I can just if yeah, exactly. Just fucking you can just skip. I'm playing on hacks, Austin. You can just skip to another tier. All right.
Infinite
Unless,
drag glitch.
Fucking
Just gonna be
true,
one.
fucking true. And when I tell you that my drag queen persona could take on Pimpinella Escarlata like fucking that, oh man, I would kick that bitch's ass. Let me tell you. All right.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, I don't personally think I could rock it as a drag queen, but it would
Oh, pish pot.
should
If I've
probably go
learned
to one of
anything,
them.
this is so off time. If I've learned anything, Austin, all it takes is just a little bit of makeup, and all of a sudden, boom, you are the glamorous of Woms.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, Lucha Underground, back at it
Oh yeah,
again.
that thing. We're here to talk about wrestling.
That's what we're actually here to talk about. Thank you. Is so for Lucha Underground. Last time we watched season 2, episode 5, an episode that was starting off perfectly normally for a hot second there, and then
Well,
went crazy.
normal show, normal show.
Yeah, so let's quickly run through what happened last time. Jack Evans defeated PJ Black because Drago interfered on the wrong guy and cost PJ the match.
And of course, PJ took this very reasonably and even-minded.
Drago, best part was Drago doing a Han shot first style dodge when
I know.
Jack Evans threw a water bottle at him.
That was so good. Just the ever so slight.
King Cuerno defeated Killshot to retain his Gift of the Gods championship, but he is not in for a good night tonight, as I will explain
No,
in a minute.
no, Katrina Angie.
Tejano lost a 3-on-1 gauntlet match to the Crew because the Crew tied his feet down with his own bull rope.
Stupid. Can we? Oh my god, I so don't care about Tejano. This show keeps trying to convince me that I should care about Tejano, but I just don't care about Tejano.
Mm-hmm. And Johnny Mundo defeated Cage with the assistance of the new Taya Valkyrie debut.
Yes. Apparently Johnny Mundo's IRL wife.
Yeah, Johnny Mundo traded which IRL girlfriend he was going to have as his on-screen girlfriend.
I still can't. It still boggles my mind that he was with Melina like that whole time, and I just did not know.
I also didn't know that, so it's fine.
It's fine.
I thought it was totally kayfabe. It was not.
That was not. So then Johnny's like, so Johnny and Melina break up. He's like, this is awkward. Sorry, bitch, you're fired. and then he brings in
Yeah.
Taya to make out with instead. Or wait, is she Taya or Valkyrie on Lucha Underground?
For Lucha Underground, she is just Taya, but
He's
I'm just
just
gonna keep
Taya.
calling her Taya Valkyrie.
That's fair. That's fair.
But technically, it's just Taya.
Okay. Ring of Honor superstar Taya Valkyrie, aka
Yep.
Taya.
So Johnny Mundo defeated Cage, and then they beat his ass after the match because I'm sure that won't come back to bite them at all.
You know, the everybody's favorite sweet wholesome baby face, Brian Cage. A face turn that totally didn't come out of right the fuck nowhere.
Yeah, he's basically the same as he always was, but now he's beating up on a jackass that nobody
Yeah.
likes. So
Yes. The Johnny Mundo, another turn that totally didn't come right the fuck out of nowhere.
anyway, thus we get back to what happened backstage. First, we meet the return of Famous B because it's 423 Get
Yes.
Fame.
Yeah,
And I think they've disconnected the number by now.
No.
I mean, okay, let's test that right now. Hold on as I call the
Uh-oh.
line.
Oh my god. I love how how you know enough to just be able to pull up the number like that.
Well,
Fucking
also my phone has the fucking has the numbers under it, so
oh my god, of course.
has the
No,
letters
but
under.
yeah,
I mean, has
he
the
started
letters under it.
he started taking the famous part of his name very seriously. All right, he's got the phone up to his ear, ladies and gents. Let's see. Let's see.
Yeah, it's
Boo.
not. It's not the thing anymore. Well,
Boo.
I'm gonna scour the fucking internet for anyone who saved these stupid
I have
voicemail
no doubt they're
messages.
out there.
Anyway, so yeah, now he is like selling fame.
Yeah.
He can make you famous.
The most on demand or in demand commodity on the market right now. You know, fame itself.
Yeah,
Um,
as he dresses like a used car salesman and hangs out in the parking lot.
I'm very interested to see if they're gonna play him straight as a charming babyface or like a total sleazeball. I'm very interested to see which direction they take because I could see it being either way. I'm
It
not
could work.
entirely
It could
sure.
work for both.
I'm very excited to find out.
Meanwhile, we get Dario Cueto's another part of Dario Cueto's dark backstory, as we learn that his mother was abusive, but it's okay because one time too many. She done hit Dario, and that was one step too far for Matanza, who beat his own mother to death with the Red Bull statue that Dario prominently keeps on his desk in the office.
I love wholesome family memories.
And
I love me some brotherly bonding, Austin.
this was this was in fact not a traumatic memory for Dario Cueto, as it was the day he learned how much he loved
As
violence.
as it was his sexual awakening. Yes.
To violence, yes.
Normal show, normal show. It's a very
And
normal show.
then after that, Pentagon Jr. got a little shellacking from his from Vampiro that he needs to step the fuck up. And his response is to threaten Catrina, and they have a little tussle in the gym. But he threatens that he could have broke Katrina's arm, but she poofs out of the way before he succeeds at that one.
And Katrina says feminism, bitch.
And she's like, all right, that's fine. You're all right, cool. You can have your shot at Mil, whatever, man.
Man, I feel like Ian Hodgkinson completely ghosting Penta for the first few episodes, only to come back and be like, "Let's attack the most powerful evil bitch in this entire temple." I feel like he's kind of doing his pupil dirty right now.
We're just going straight into it, straight into the fire. Let's go.
Just straight. Yeah, I ghosted you. Sorry about that. Let's have a Katrina feud to fix the relationship.
Yeah.
Oh my
Let's
god.
go. He's that flaky friend who comes around every once in a while and
Oh
and
no, not the flaky friend.
and gets you to go do crazy fun shit.
Oh my god! One day, fucking Pentagon's gonna write a memoir about this motherfucker, and it's gonna be like My Terrible Friend.
Yep. And then as for King Cuerno's bad day, King Cuerno has decided that he has been holding on to this belt for long enough. He is about tired of having to fight somebody every fucking week for this thing. So he's like, I'm just gonna cash in now.
Yeah, and
And
Katrina's like, "You're totally gonna lie down for Mil, right?" And Queen Cuerno goes, and Katrina goes, "Right."
she's like, well, since you reneged on our deal, you're going to have to defend this belt one more time before
Actually,
I'll let you fight Mil. And it's going to be a
okay,
ladder match
you.
against a guy named Fenix. So, fuck you,
Hey,
man.
hey, against my ex-boyfriend who I have very kinky sex with.
I guess the logic, I guess in Katrina's mind, if this belt's getting cashed in anyway, let's give it to somebody who Mil knows he can beat.
Yeah, absolutely. Totally not gonna just come back
That won't backfire. I'm sure
murderize
that won't backfire on Mil at all.
at all. Outstanding.
Mm-hmm. So that is the setup for tonight. And tonight is the episode 6. Well, I mean, it's pretty obvious what this episode is about, as the title is Gift of the Gods Ladder Match.
Hmm.
Well,
I wonder. I wonder. I wonder.
yeah, so let's look
When
at
the
the
fuck is Aztec
Wikipedia.
warfare happening?
Aztec Warfare is like
Oh,
a few episodes away.
yeah, because it didn't happen until like around episode 10 last season. Yeah.
Yeah, that's where they roughly keep it every season. So here's the Wikipedia description of this episode. King Cuerno defends his Gift of the Gods championship against Fenix in a ladder match. Cobra Moon takes on Sexy Star.
Oh, the star versus the snag.
Sexy has finally got back to the temple after being kidnapped by the moths.
And she's just jumping right back into action like the cosmic professional that she is. Why do I get the feeling that we're going to get at least one promo from Cobra Moon where she's very obnoxious about emphasizing the S's in Sexy Star's name?
Sexy Star.
Yeah, I get I have the slightest inclination, Austin. They might be inclined toward that goofy bullshit.
And then Pentagon Jr. and Prince Puma face off for the #1 contender spot for the Lucha Underground Championship.
Oh yeah, I forgot that was part of it too. Was that they're kind of feuding too? So poor Pentagon.
Pentagon hates Mil and he hates Puma.
Poor Pentagon's just going through all these middlemen just so he can finally get his fucking title shot.
I mean, it is fair that the previous champion should get a first crack at the new guy.
He's enacting his not
rematch clause.
His not rematch clause because it's not even against Mil. It's against the #1 contender to Mil.
Mm-hmm.
Dario's like, I like to. He turns to the camera. I like to build up the booking for my #1.
I like to build up
matches.
I like to build up
wink,
my
yeah.
challengers.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so that is the matches that we have advertised for tonight. If you would like to watch along with us, I mean, Apple, iTunes, and I believe Amazon Prime as well, both have all 4 seasons to this show. You could easily go buy it and watch it that way.
Absolutely.
We will not be doing that.
We will not. I have it on a Yoho server, my friends. Yo.
Yeah, I know where to find things.
Hey, and so does my roommate.
You don't want to advertise those things. Then
no, we ain't no. Hey, oi, snitches get stitches, all right?
That's for true. If you know where to find Lucha Underground.
And if not, I don't know, maybe you can email us or something.
Yeah, I don't know. So we will be back in the back half to discuss Lucha Underground Season 2, Episode 6.
Woohoo!
And we are back. We have finished Lucha Underground Season 2, Episode 6, The Gift of the Gods ladder match.
Yes, we have. And oh my God, Austin. Moth.
The
Moth.
Not her. Him.
The other way around. Not him, her.
Well, no, because Marty was the one who showed up tonight. So
true.
Not her,
true.
him.
True. Yeah. We keep fucking teasing this goddamn sister, and
she will be here.
Marty.
I remember. She will be here.
This isn't helping my they're actually gonna do this like psycho theory, Austin. It's really not helping things.
They are gonna show up in the same place at the same time, so they can't possibly be the same person.
You never know. Could just be an illusion. This episode actually wasn't big for like big main story progression, but it was
because
good.
They devoted half
filler.
the episode to the ladder match.
Yeah, it was good. It was good filler, to be sure. I definitely had fun. Off the bat, man, they're recapping as they are wont to do, and we see the whole. It opens with the whole sexy star being captured by the Moth family or whatever bit. And like this is one of those times that really like reminds me of just I don't know if I've ever like explicitly out loud classified this before, but like, goddamn, the Lucha Underground's bread and butter genre-wise is like B-movie horror camp. It's so that feels like it really belongs in terms of categorization. It belongs as like in the echelons of like B-movie horror. I feel like
very, very not gory horror, which a lot of B-movie horror is.
Yeah, and it's got that kind of like over dramatic scoring and editing, and like it's.
I noted that in like one of the about the Mil in one moment tonight. I noted this really over dramatic music hit.
Yeah,
I thought that was hilarious.
I have a note that says the scoring and editing, and I feel like there was supposed to be more specificity to that, but. I mean, overall, yes, the scoring and editing of Lucha Underground is a very I think it's pretty good. Like they don't just like it doesn't feel like they're just going for stock music. Like I don't know, like did they have a composer for this show?
I don't know off the top of my head.
Well, we have the technology. Let's see if we can find that out. I wonder. Because I feel like we had like, I feel like we had moments, at least in the recap stuff, where dramatic moments are hitting on a beat, and the editing is like kind of like going to match that. I'm not looking for cast production, cast and crew. Series writing credits directed by I don't want produced.
Thank you IMDb for not having any credits for Lucha
Production
Underground.
management. No, I'm on IMDb right now. Series sound department, sound re-recording, sound mixer, audio supervisor, boom editor, recordist, camera, stunts, series cut, stunts. Why did you? Okay. Those are just the jobbers. Music department, score producer, 105 episodes. Yeah, they weren't just pulling out stock music for this shit. They were composing original stuff, which is sick. It really like kind of ups the production value, I think. When you have these moments that remind you they're not just like pulling the cheapest whatever they can. There is actually going into this. Just a little thing I got reminded of off the bat. I really enjoyed.
Sure. We open with Mil Muertes in a prayer circle as he is summoning Catrina, because I guess he needs to do that.
Yeah, you can't just call her on the phone. You have to. It's a whole thing.
I guess this is his like I'm mad at you situation. He's like I'm gonna summon your ass here. I'm gonna now.
Do you know what a pain in the ass it is to get summoned? Do you know how annoying it is to get sucked through ethereal space to a brand new location out of nowhere? That's the ultimate petty move right there.
Anyway, Mil, who I don't remember if he's talked at this point.
I feel like he has. I feel like
I mean,
back in
I
season
think he might have
1,
grumbly yelled at least once, but like
I feel like
actual
back in
talking,
season 1 we had like a conversation between him and Catrina. Maybe I'm crazy.
maybe. But anyway, Mil is mad that Catrina is just letting Fenix and King Cuerno fight each other and not him.
So today I learned that like he and Catrina are like not on the same page.
No, they're not.
About this. I just kind of assumed, they were in lockstep with each other, but no. Katrina's like rogue agenting this shit, and Mil is surprisingly not taking that terribly well.
Mil is like, I should have sent them into the darkness weeks ago, but I listened to you. He is big mad that Catrina is like, your arm is broken, dude. Let's not.
Come on, dipshit. This is not. You don't want to do this. Also, and then Catrina goes on to remind us just how fucking creepy their relationship is.
Yeah, she opens with, "I've known you since you were a little boy."
Bad touch. Bad touch.
I need an adult.
I don't like this.
And a scared little boy at that. And she
fucking shoot names Mil Muertes.
Bruh, yeah, she's like, Pascual Mendoza?
Yeah, that doesn't feel right.
If it wasn't for me, you would have never found your way out.
Also, wait. I just had this thought. What Mil Muertes died, or should have died, or whatever. And like he was still pretty ancient Azteca, right? Like
debatable.
I've
always assumed he was of a. I always assumed that happened in like. I always assumed he is not like particularly old.
Oh, okay.
I assumed that like the earthquake was a contemporary event.
Oh, okay. So I was gonna say, why the fuck does he have like a Christian name if he's like ancient Azteca? Anyway.
But daring to say his old name. I mean, what are you doing? Dead naming a guy.
True.
Katrina, what are you doing?
Naming.
Ha ha! Get it?
You got about 1,000 of those, but
when the dead name emphasis on the dead.
Katrina does her best Mary Poppins impression as Mil chokes her off the ground.
Nah, he chokes her off, and he's like, if I could put you in the ground, I would. Right now.
Damn, who'd have thunk this would actually be a really dysfunctional relationship? I mean, you pluck a little boy, a little newly orphaned boy from an earthquake, raise him, and then get into what's clearly a very kinky relationship with him, built on like ruling the world. And you'd think, right, that would actually be like really healthy. I'm so surprised.
What a healthy relationship dynamic.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Anyway, he decides that if he can't just murder Catrina right now, he'll just go kill Pentagon and Puma instead tonight. Yes. And Catrina teleports out of his grip, and he just goes, yeah! He's all big mad.
Oh man, that's the Mil I know and love. The one who doesn't really say shit but just screams.
We get to commentary opening the show, and
Vampiro
rolls a nat 20 on his perception check as he notices that Mil Muertes is not on his throne tonight.
He is not. He's not there, probably because he's too busy in the back choking his like weird
girlfriend mommy. Yes,
submissive girlfriend mommy.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh my god, I have so many fucking commentary notes. I mean, I think I just come to expect this from Lucha Underground, because Vampiro and Striker remain a deeply
they
cursed
just say
duo.
whatever, and nobody stops.
So we have 2 main event caliber matches tonight, which I didn't know the Kiss Demon was on the card.
Yes, the Demon Dale Torborg. Honestly, if he had showed up in Lucha Underground even once, it would have been amazing.
I feel like that would not be the most unreasonable thing to expect to happen on Lucha Underground.
No, but when you see some of the guys who end up in Lucha Underground, it's like, you know what? We gotta fit the demon.
I have gotten it spoiled for me that Tommy Dreamer shows up for an Aztec Warfare at some point. So like, I'm excited to see who's the fuck. Matt Stryker says, "Thank heavens Melissa Santos showed up. Was there any doubt that?"
Well, it's because the joke that Mil's not there. Like, it's building off of Vampira's like, "Where's Mil?" And then immediately afterwards, Vampira's like, "Well, thank heavens Melissa is here."
Yeah, sure, okay. Fucking.
Hey, your mic's fucked.
Oh, I'm aware. I got the danger message. Sorry, folks. This shit's probably about to get real scummy.
I'm sorry.
Okay, there we go.
I gotta get a new chord for this shit. Let's see if in the spirit of the dead.
Hey, this is Lucha Underground. It's dirty, it's grimy, it's bloody, and all.
True.
That.
We went two very different routes there, but still very thematically connected, and I very much appreciate that. Okay, yeah. Thank heavens Melissa Santos showed up. And Matt Stryker's like, "Melissa, let's lucha." Which, okay, at the beginning of the season, he's like, "I've been waiting to say all season, take it away, Melissa Santos," and I'm like, that's a lame catchphrase. And he said Melissa Let's Lucha he said Melissa Let's Lucha as if that's been his catchphrase this whole time, and it's not. But it is ironically a much better catchphrase for him. So I hope he keeps it.
We open with Sexy Star.
Yes,
her
Sexy
first
Star
match of season 2, and the commentary is like, "Man, it's so great that she's back."
Sexy Star back. I mean, she looks kind of unscathed. She's just here to work again. I don't see no PTSD flaring up. So
well, don't worry about that. We'll get to that, won't we?
We'll get to that.
She is facing
who else?
Cobra Moon is here.
Cobra Moon. Yes. I believe it was Vampiro that notes Cobra Moon has a win over Bengala, but with respect, Sexy Star is a completely different animal. My two favorite animals to see at the zoo, tigers and stars. I love going to the Detroit Zoo and visiting the star exhibit. You know, it's its own little section of the petting zoo. I love petting a nice little baby star. You know, as you do. They're there.
I noted that Stryker, when describing Cobra Moon, says very serpentine, very slick movements, but he does not say like a snake.
Well, of course, they can't use normal words on Lucha Underground. They have to talk like weirdos. Speaking of talking like weirdos,
okay, continue.
So speaking of talking like weirdos, you know, they're noting, Cobra Moon's heelish tendencies, and Vampiro is want to point out of how devious she is, how sneaky she is. There's an evilness to her. And he then says, direct quote, "Evilness. I dig it so much, Matt. So much."
Speaking of talking like weirdos, Matt Stryker.
He can't even be a plain-spoken supervillain without sounding like a fucking dork.
Speaking of talking like weirdos, Matt Stryker calls Cobra Moon psychologically seductive.
Oh yeah. Does that whole snake thing really do it for you, Stryker?
Yeah. Also, Vampiro made sure to tell us that she is part of one of the oldest tribes in Mexico, the reptile tribe, apparently.
Hey, those motherfuckers have been around since the dinosaur days. It makes sense.
They don't get very far into the match before Willie Mack comes out here.
Willie Mack just vaguely kind of shows up, and the crowd just immediately turns their attention toward chanting for him, which is very funny.
Oof. And the commentary is like, "What the hell's he doing out here?" Because, oops, the commentary doesn't know anything about this kidnapping shit.
Yes. Vampiro is Vampiro, who again loves evilness, is very happy that someone is finally standing up for Sexy Star. You know, the definitely evil one in this match.
The evilest Sexy Star.
The evilest. And building on that, I think Stryker says the believers are firmly behind Sexy Star, and you can't pay for this kind of timing. As soon as he says that, we just hear some random motherfucker in the crowd start screaming, "Sexy Star! Sexy Star!"
I love that when we accidentally just get audience members.
There's one for every show. In every episode, you got to have that one audience member that hears that says some random shit that the mic picks up.
Yeah,
without fail.
This match is a little bit slow.
It's a little bit slow because Cobra's kind of green.
It's like they're trying to do the thing that they do with King Cuerno. It almost feels like they're trying to make her slow,
methodical.
Yeah, but she's not good enough to play that off. So
yeah, no, because it's so clearly slow. Like it slows down Sexy Star. It's the same. I mean, it's the same thing we talked about with Bengala last time we were here, right? It slows down the other wrestler noticeably, and then it makes it very obvious that they're working slower for this more green person because they don't have any moments in the match where they pick up their speed and like gain control.
Yeah. So it's a little rough going.
There was one moment that I was I can't remember it now because I watched this last week at this point. But there I just have in my notes, what the fuck was that pendulum swing move?
Oh yeah, okay. Because Sexy Star has Cobra Moon in this, like, I don't know how else to describe it. She literally just pendulum swings her.
Yeah, she's like got her around like she's a fucking like pendulum on a clock and just whoop, whoop.
Got her by her like limbs.
Upside down, yeah.
Her, yeah. And as she is swinging her though, Marty the Moth appears in the crowd.
And in case you had any wonder of how this deeply green newbie named Cobra fucking Moon is gonna beat someone like Sexy Star, well, you see, Sexy Star gets distracted by her former kidnapper, shockingly.
Fair enough.
And Marty's over here looking even fucking greasier than normal.
But Cobra gets in her dragon sleeper. I don't remember what she calls. I don't remember what they say she calls this. And
snake sleep.
Sexy Star taps out, and they make a big deal about that. Is that Sexy Star never taps out?
Yeah, they say Sexy Star. They just say that Sexy Star is never tapped out, and I'm like, okay, random detail to throw in there. Also, is it just me, or was Marty looking like even greasier than normal?
It might have just been the lighting. He was in very dark lighting.
Okay, I don't know. He looked like especially.
He wasn't They didn't put a spotlight on him. Not really.
That's fair. Either way, he's getting well-deserved creepy bastard chance.
Yep, creepy bastard. Clap, 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 clap. So Sexy Star. It seemed like she was trying to not seem to show any sort of issue with that kidnapping thing.
Yeah, well.
And then Marty showed up.
And she's like, "Oh yeah, I have PTSD now."
They will continue to come back to it, so.
Oh, I'm sure.
And then, hi, I'm Famous B.
Yeah, Famous B is back. You may be wondering
why I have that name? Because I'm famous.
I'm famous. Obviously. What? Before that, he was just B.
Of course, the B.
Also, he was
the B from Apartment 23.
Oh my god. Also, not me assuming that like B was like B-E-E here and not just the letter B.
No, it's the letter B.
It's
not B-E-E.
Yeah, sure. I do really like the Famous B promos. They're really winning me over.
He starts beating up some luchador scrubs because he talks about how he just dominated the world of underground fighting.
An accidental, brilliant self-parody of Lucha Underground with like all the random promos they have of like motherfuckers just beating up random random roaming NPC street luchadors. Famous B's got some like bad hired stuntmen to do that for him.
Now he like punches him in the dick, and he does like the slapsticky like punch you from behind stuff. And then he's like, "Do you want to become a famous fighter? Well, then you got to call 423 get fame."
Absolutely. I'm so sad that number.
And then probably the best part.
No.
They pan out and we see that El Dragon Azteca Jr. is watching the Famous B ad on a CRTV.
Transition to the Rey Man, the fucking speaking of like people working on this show hearing us through time and space, the goddamn cinematographer heard us making fun of him for the spinny shit last season, and they've been making up for it ever since. That fucking TV transition was awesome. And then Rey Mysterio flips it off, and El Dragon Azteca Jr. just goes, "Hey, I was watching that." With that exact, like, the most porn actor-ass delivery I've heard on this show.
El Dragon Azteca, not much of an actor. Really? So Ray's like, there's no time for TV. We have to get you ready. And they start doing, sparry spar stuff again.
Absolutely.
And then Azteca Jr.
we have
ready for what?
Ready for what? Your destiny. Thank you, Ray.
Adds nothing to that beat, but I do love the connection, but from one beat, from one segment to another on this one.
No, that's more of that, please.
Famous beat canonically has these shitty local ads in Los Angeles.
Absolutely, as he definitely should. I want more of this, please.
Mm-hmm.
Please, like, I just, this is what I like. This is the peak of Lucha Underground for me, is like the most over the top, like, throw every like dumb little stylistic bullshit thing at the wall and see what sticks. I really need like that to become the bog standard for how Lucha Underground looks going forward, because that was such a good fucking moment. And then we get another little promo, this time from King Cuerno, who claims that He is just sitting in his living room with his my notes here.
He's in his living room in his like hunter cowboy hat, and with his trophies all around him.
I really need to emphasize, with his hunter cowboy hat and his trophies all around him, and he opens with, "I'm not a bloodthirsty killer."
Nah, he tries to play it off like he doesn't necessarily he isn't hunting for the sake of hunt. He doesn't hunt because he like loves it like some sort of freak.
Like some sort of weirdo. No.
But he's like, a big part of the hunt is killing your prey.
Yeah.
And he like talks about
I derive sexual pleasure from that.
Not like a weirdo or anything.
Not like a weird. No, I'm not some fucking bloodthirsty killer.
No, he feels a thrill in the hunt, but he's like, I feel no remorse, only a sense of satisfaction.
So
his promo where he attempts to come off less like a sociopath makes him look more like a sociopath.
I was fully expecting. I was like, okay, not fully. I was like half expecting this promo to turn into that fucking like laughing taxidermy scene from Evil Dead. You know, the one where like the deer head on the wall starts talking, and then Bruce Campbell starts like maniacally laughing along with all the other like taxidermy head. I was half expecting it to turn into that, because it just came off so fucking psychopathic.
Instead, we get him saying when he climbs the ladder and retrieves his prize tonight, he won't just be a hunter, he will be a god.
You know, I had a thought while this promo was playing. Do you think that that King Cuerno has a special camo luchador mask for when he actually goes out hunting? Do you think like he's a special
I kind of hope he doesn't. I hope he always has the bright red mask.
No, imagine how fucking funny that would be if he's got like the full ass like everything camo like luchador mask. I think still fully shirtless, like he's going out in like ring ready, except all of his gear is camo. And then he arrow from hell's the deer to death.
Yes. But then we get to match 2, Prince Puma versus Pentagon Jr. in a number 1 contenders match.
Absolutely. You know, the thing that Mil's very happy about.
Yeah.
So I couldn't help but notice the Cerro Miedo chants were decently stronger than the Let's Go Puma chants, at least at the beginning. It's insane watching just how fucking much Pentagon got over.
Yeah,
during Lucha Underground.
Pentagon became the top babyface of this company.
Yeah.
By being the
like,
bloodthirsty
look at this scary
psychopath.
monster heel. Be scared of him. And everyone's like, oh, our hometown hero.
But what about Prince Puma, the hometown
who
hero?
the fuck is that guy? Cero Miedo.
Yeah.
Speaking of Pentagon, fucking Vampiro is all of a sudden now back to saying that he wants nothing to do with Pentagon. What? Oh my god! Look up your mind, you deeply weird man. Oh my god.
Vampiro and Ian Hodgkinson have very differing opinions about
But
Pentagon Jr.
Even Ian Hodgkinson, like last episode, was like, yeah, Pentagon's so fucking cool. Oh, he's so hot. Like he and now Stryker's like, hey, Vampiro, you want to give some commentary on Penta? And all of a sudden, and Vampiro's back to being like, you keep fucking pulling me back into talking about this Penta motherfucker. Also, I thought you loved evilness, Vampiro. This is the height of evil. Make up your mind.
My guy, please take the antipsychotics.
Please, we are begging you, Vampiro, please take your meds. No, fuck you. I'm gonna throw them out the window. No, Vampiro, you really need them. Who needs these? I love evilness so much. Penta, fuck that guy.
Yeah. So there's a cool back and forth with these guys. Puma, they are trying to sell this as like Puma is like both these guys, like there's a lot of heightened tension with these two now. That anger, and they'll lean into that more in the next match. But they are going at it, and it's like they got counters to each other back and forth.
Oh my god, this was such a well put together match.
Yeah, big moment for me to bring up is that Pentagon does his shit where he shushes the crowd and then chops you as loud as he fucking can.
Oh, I didn't realize that was him actively shushing.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then we get the duality of commentary as Vampiro goes closest thing to a gunshot, and then Stryker jumps in with the auditory delight of Pentagon Jr.
I didn't catch that, but oh wow, they're both made so horny by this man. Yeah, because it's so wild. Because again, we kicked off this match with like a solid 30 seconds of just insane like counter flippy shit, and then it just went into like Pentagon's brutality. Also another comment, that was just I can't remember what the fucking context of this was. Matt Stryker for some reason says, "Excuse me," and Vampiro comes up with, "While I kiss the sky." Actually, I think the lyric is "I kiss this while I kiss this guy." Vampiro, I'm surprised a virtuoso like you didn't know that.
I can't even tell if you're joking or not.
That's the power of the misheard lyric phenomenon. You never know who does or doesn't actually know. No,
I can't tell if you're aware.
That's up there with my favorite lyrics alongside "Hold Me Closer," Tony Danza. What? Come on, man. Have you not heard of that one?
No.
Yeah, people think there's like a weird like subsection of people that thought that like Tiny Dancer was actually Tony Danza.
No.
Yeah, no.
The song's called Tiny Dancer?
I don't know what to tell you, man. Yeah, so excuse me while this guy,
I mean, also to be fair, Jimmy would sing "Kiss This Guy" live. Like he knew.
Wait, really?
He knew about this misheard lyric phenomenon, and sometimes would say, "Excuse me while I kiss that guy."
Oh my god! Gremlin energy. Yes. Oh, that's so fucking iconic. The more you know. So anyway, we get distraction spot number 2 of the night as Mil Muertes does indeed show up to his throne, and it seems to like throw off Puma more than it does Penta.
Yeah,
honestly,
Puma has it's up. They play it that Pentagon completely doesn't see it because the way when Mil comes out, Puma has Pentagon up in the corner, but where Pentagon is facing away from the stairs and Puma is facing the stairs. So, as Striker puts it, the Dark Destro, Mil Muertes, Mil just starts stalking down the stairs slowly. Pentagon counters whatever Puma was trying to do with a top rope destroyer for a 2 count.
And he hits that like I just have in my notes Penta hits that flippy grapple somersault thing.
That's
I never know
a
what the fuck to call it. A destroyer, okay.
Traditionally called the Canadian Destroyer, as originated by Petey Williams. But, I can't really call it a Canadian Destroyer when done by Pentagon Jr.
Obviously, our favorite Canadian, Pentagon Jr.
Yeah. First day of wrestling school shit, according to the Young Bucks.
Yeah. Obviously.
You should
basics, ring basics.
You should look this up. Is it on BTE? They do a bit where Luchasaurus is desperate to learn how to do a Canadian Destroyer, and he goes to the Young Bucks, and they make fun of him because they're like, "This is first day of wrestling school stuff, dude. Drop down, leapfrog, Canadian Destroyer, first day,
lock up." Flatback Canadian Destroyer.
Yeah,
obviously.
Basic shit.
But Mil advances more on the ring, and I know I was being pedantic at the beginning of the season about how why the fuck is a zombie man's arm actually getting broken? Why doesn't he just insta heal? Well, I guess zombie healing takes exactly a month.
Yeah, a month. For a broken arm.
Arm.
He's healing a little quick.
To be fair, I feel like some of Penta's some of Penta's victims last season had around that turnaround time for the arm breaky thing. So maybe they're just all zombies. I'm not going
to go look deeper into it. I just looked up that it takes about 6 to 8 weeks to usually recover from a broken arm. So
shit.
And Mil pulled it off in 4. So
that's wild. I didn't realize it was that short a time. Either way,
he rips off the sling,
enters the ring.
So Penta sets up for the package pile driver. Puma ducks out of it, but at this point, Mil jumps in the ring, grabs Pentagon, slams him down to the ground, DQ immediately.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Honestly, in a bigger plot twist than Mil's arm being healed, Rick Knox actually immediately calls a DQ on something.
That I didn't see who the ref was. I can't guarantee it was Rick Knox.
It was Rick Knox.
That's unbelievable. He enforced the rules.
Yeah, I know. I was like, oh boy, it's a Rick Knox match. We gonna have a Rick Knox singles match. We gonna have some shenanigans. But no, he sees the Mil interferes and he immediately calls it. But what? That doesn't happen.
He calls it, but Puma tries to super kicks Mil. Mil just shrugs it off. Mil tosses Puma around. He spears the fuck out of both Pentagon Jr. and Prince Puma. They are desperately ringing the bell in the hopes that Mil might stop.
The thing that always works.
And Mil grabs both Pentagon Jr. and Prince Puma, and he hits them for a double flatliner.
Rip in pieces, bozos.
He stands over them and is shouty. He's holding the belt. And Vampiro caps off the segment with because Striker is talking about all the people looking to challenge Mil right now, and Vampiro goes, "Sorry to say it, brother, but that title looks pretty safe right about now."
Dude, you know what'd be fucking awesome is if we got a gauntlet match of just Mil mowing down all of the top contenders in Lucha Underground.
I mean, well, we'll get to it in a few weeks.
Oh my.
Well, I mean, I'll go get to it later.
Okay. I'm looking forward to it.
But anyway, we come back from commercial, and Mil and Catrina are stalking the hallways at a Dutch angle.
Yeah, they're clearly back from having makeup sex.
And then Katrina's like, "See, all you needed was a little motivation.
If you know what I mean."
All part of the plan.
Yeah, totally.
And
healthy relationship. Of course.
Mil Muertes says next week he will defend against both Prince Puma and Pentagon Jr.
Yeah.
Because
I'll fucking do it again.
This is my temple. He meaningfully looks at Catrina, and nobody can stop Mil Muertes.
Healthy relationship.
Yeah, hopefully he doesn't get screwed over by him antagonizing his own boss, just even if she is also his mistress mommy
girlfriend.
So
what the fuck, man?
He is pushing the boundaries, I think.
Yes. Also on commentary, they announced it is 3 weeks till Aztec Warfare. Fuck yeah. Well, okay. Well, I started to fuck yes that until I stopped and thought about it. I realized that means it's 3 months
for this podcast. Yes. But yes. But yeah, I mean, what would Aztec Warfare be except a big gauntlet match for Mil to face off against all the top contenders?
What? Oh, fuck. Wait. Isn't that for contendership, though? Or wait, no.
No, the original was for the belt. The original Aztec Warfare was for the first champion. And I guess, and they talk about how Mil and Catrina sent out all the invitations. So the Aztec Warfare 2 is the title match.
Okay. That'll be insane. Yo, okay, that's actually really fucking... I'm now even more excited for Aztec Warfare. I didn't even consider that. 3 more months. It's fine.
Hey, and we get to our main event halfway through the show because they got a long one to go for this. They got all the time in the world here. Fenix versus King Cuerno in a ladder match for the Gift of the Gods Championship.
For the Gift of the Gods. Matt says, or Melissa says, it's time for the main event. And Matt says that he thinks this. So Matt Stryker posits this theory. Speaking very academically here. Matt Stryker posits this theory that this ladder match could end Rey Fenix's career. Not clearly not realizing yet. Though to be fair, at this point, how could any of us know that this motherfucker has bones so rubbery he could tear his ACL and walk it off in a month? Matthew, I don't think you have anything to worry about.
He is incapable of injury except for the most ridiculous of circumstances.
Yeah, the real life X-Man, Rey Fenix, obviously.
Just don't put him through a table with his arm.
Yeah. But I did note, holy shit, 20 minutes for this main event, which obviously got down to like 15 or whatever when you get entrances and like whatever else. But it was they did
devote literally half the episode to. Like I checked the timestamp, 21 minutes left, 23 minutes done. They devoted half the episode to to this match,
as they should.
Also, Stryker, as Fenix is coming out, says if you've never seen a ladder match before, which first of all, you're watching this show and you've never seen a ladder match.
Treat every episode like it's someone's first.
Let your imagination run wild with what these men can do.
I love letting my imagination run wild. Vince McMahon is watching this, with his fucking bodybuilding magazine in hand. He's like, don't mind if I do.
Oh, yeah. Also, thanks to Elizabeth, now I look at all ladder matches through the lens of what would she think about it.
No, you can't.
In an amusing way. I don't care. I just think it's funny to think of like, would Elizabeth hate this ladder match? I feel like
this one could have impressed her.
I think and I'll tell you why as we go into it. Is it basically like, yes, Cuerno spends basically no time trying to win ever. But commentary calls this out as a flaw. And in fact, you could argue is why Cuerno lost. Is because instead of trying to win, he kept just trying to hurt Fenix. Until eventually, Fenix could make a comeback and win himself. Fenix was going for the win. Cuerno was not, and Cuerno lost.
That's the thing too. Is fucking Vampiro at the beginning of this tries to theorize that this ladder match is in Cuerno's favor. Actually, Which,
why would it not already be in the favor of the high fly flippy?
The high flying boy who makes tightrope walking look easy, first of all. And yeah, second of all, Cuerno's just here to murder. That's the whole thing, is like his head's not going to be in the game because he's just here to like kill. But Vampiro speaks to this like it's a feature and not a bug, because he basically says, I don't know if Fenix is like ready to fucking murk someone like Cuerno is. So, Cuerno for the dub. What's the logic? But okay. And the best part is, like, the match starts off and just Fenix immediately starts wrecking Cuerno's shit.
Yeah, Fenix comes at this aggressively. I think that, again, a lot of the focus narratively is on how Cuerno acts and feels. But, like, Fenix ain't come to play. At this point, he is like, I'm taking you down.
Dude, I thought for a split second this might turn into like a surprise 2-minute squash, and there was going to be a whole other fucking swerve to fill up the rest of the episode. Because holy shit, it looked like
they
Phoenix
come close. Phoenix knocks Cuerno to the outside relatively quickly, grabs the ladder, almost climbs it and wins until Cuerno pushes runs back in to push the ladder over.
Yeah, that's the thing too, is like, so Phoenix like almost murderizes Cuerno, but Cuerno comes back from it, and commentary is talking about how he got that rush of adrenaline. Stryker says adrenaline is a wonderful thing in our sport, and Vampiro responds with, "It's my favorite drug." Pause.
I don't believe
build my career on it. Stryker has no response to this. Stryker just fucking no-sells that. Stryker just completely ignores Vampiro and moves on from that comment.
Mm-hmm. Vampiro says he's got adrenaline in his soul.
Vampiro.
Damn it, how do I feel this into Vampiro?
Vampiro, yeah, adrenaline in my soul, something Vampiro.
Vampiro
then proceeds to say, so Vampiro is talking about how brutal this match is already and how much more brutal it could get. And he says, this isn't Home Depot, this is the temple. I mean, to be fair, both have ladders, so you could very easily get the
he's talking about how it's like dirty and grody.
That's the thing.
Bloody.
I actually thought, like, I started to write that note about I started to write the Home Depot quip, and then I stopped, and I was like, no, I can't. That's probably the joke already. I'd probably just be repeating the joke. No, it's not because of that. It's like how it's fucking like how the temple has a vermin problem.
They do got grimy ass ladders.
Depot. Yes, unlike Home Depot. But yeah, so the temple has a vermin problem, and the only thing Catrina fears is the health inspector.
Yeah, I wrote Vampiro is confused why Cuerno isn't going for the dub, would be Elizabeth's favorite commentator.
Elizabeth jumps on board Vampiro's brand of psychotic bullshit just because he's speaking her truth to power.
Yeah, so Cuerno, like, after he power bombs Fenix in the corner into a ladder, he goes outside and sets up 2 ladders on the outside, and he tries to like suplex Fenix over the ropes, out of the ring, and onto these ladders. It does not work, but instead he does just dump Fenix on the outside, and then Cuerno goes out there and drops Fenix face first onto these ladders. Then I wrote Cuerno sets up a ladder against Catrina's office because he has PTSD.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Cuerno, again, over here for the fucking murder. He's here to he's not petty, he's not salty, he's not bitter. He sets up this fucking ladder against Catrina's office, and he's here to like sacrifice Fenix on a steel altar. Going for that fucking poetic justice. Totally not bitter.
And then Cuerno has Fenix down on the outside. He grabs the ladder and he brandishes it, and which Stryker goes with the elephant gun, seeking his prey. He like
the elephant gun being just a very big gun, obviously.
A big ladder.
Ladder.
He seems to set up that he is going to battering ram this ladder into Fenix, and then Fenix rolls to another side of the ring. So what Cuerno does is he lightly puts it down as if he needs to not make noise or he'll scare away his prey.
Yeah, and then he just
runs over and just kicks Fenix in the gut.
Well, not even that. He does like some sneaky boy pose shit as he walks. Also, while they were like fighting around Catrina's office, Stryker makes the comment of how he's sure that Catrina wouldn't mind the noise that would be made by all this brawling outside of her office. In fact, I'm sure Catrina would love to hear the thuds and bumps of bodily harm. Is it just me, or does the thuds and bumps of the thuds and thumps of bodily harm? That sounds like an emo punk album.
That is the new
9 Inch Nails.
Good
I don't know.
Charlotte album coming to you soon.
Absolutely.
The thuds and thumps of bodily harm.
My favorite. Of course, yeah. So Cuerno's a sneaky boy.
Yeah. Okay. And commentary amazingly doesn't bring this up. It is almost a background event. They don't even focus on the camera on it. It just happens, and they cut to.
I know
he's about to say something about this, but Cuerno, while dragging Fenix around the ring, drags Fenix under a ladder, and I was like, "Well, that's bad luck for you, isn't it? Isn't it, King Cuerno?"
Oh shit! 10 years of bad booking. That's what they say.
Yeah. So Cuerno, he tosses Fenix into these wooden chair seats, and then Vampiro, where the crowd sits. And Vampiro goes, "This isn't tactics. This is hate. This is hurt. This isn't about a win." And I wrote actual good Vampiro line.
Every once in a while he says something profound. Now, it takes him about 100 stupid quotes to get there, but once in a blue moon.
Yeah, okay. Yep.
Well, I can't remember where this happened. You're a lot better at taking play-by-play notes than I am. But there's this sick fucking spot where Fenix tries to run Cuerno into a ladder, but Cuerno catches himself and just ricochets off the ladder. I can't remember where it fucking happened though.
That was later in the match because I
was
also
later.
When that happened. Cool shit thing that happens next though is Fenix climbs up the office roof where the ladder is, and he dives over the top of the ladder from the roof onto Cuerno, and it was like, holy fuck.
We love our roof dives, baby. There's few things we love.
Yeah, so they start
diving off the fucking office roof.
So Fenix sends Cuerno to the guardrail, and then Cuerno flips Fenix up into the balcony where the fans are, and they spend a little hot time just brawling up there.
Oh, absolutely. And the fans, of course, are loving it because they're just like murder, kill him.
And they set up Fenix with a kayfabe injury here, as Fenix is trying to jump off the balcony to do something onto Cuerno. Cuerno pushes him off the balcony, and Fenix lands onto a ladder that was bridging the ring. And they're like, "Oh man, his bum leg." He did land pretty awkwardly, I'll tell you that.
Again, made of rubber.
Yeah. Cuerno finally gets to do his stupid battering ram bit, except Fenix ducks and it hits the ring post, and they act like it reverbs into Cuerno's arm.
I don't remember that part, but yeah, it's pretty sick and sounds about right.
I think this is when they do that bit that you were talking about, where you jump off the ladder. Because they also do the bit where they take the ladder that was up in the office and they play catch with it for a second. Because Cuerno tries to toss it at Fenix. Fenix catches it, and then Fenix throws it back. And then Cuerno eventually throws it into Phoenix's head. And fuck you.
Note from commentary. Oh, okay. Well, note from Vampiro. This just shows how much Cuerno is a hunter, toying with his game before he kills it. Don't you think? No response.
The most good hunters do not toy with their prey. No.
Yes. Again, Stryker just completely ignores that and moves on to his next.
Yeah. Oh, I will say also is that an interesting point they bring up early in the match is that this match encourages you to fight on the outside a lot because that's where all the ladders are.
Yeah. I've never thought about that before, but that is a
Mhm.
good point about ladder matches in general. Like it kind of necessitates that like it adds this danger element of you have to like tread carefully outside the ring. Like you have to be there to get the ladder in the first place. But it's also, obviously a very dangerous place to be on the outside.
Yeah. So Cuerno finally starts climbing to win. And Fenix drop kicks him off the fucking ladder. They both men go to climb up the ladder. And they meet in the middle. And so to understand this is that in Lucha Underground, what they do is they hang the belt up by this like 3-box structure.
Yeah, which I didn't realize it's the same fucking frame they used to hang the trios titles.
Yeah,
Dario,
they use that for all. They use that for all the ladder.
You cheap fuck.
So they hang the belt in the middle rung, and then there are 2 rungs that are like empty. And so Fenix and Cuerno each grab one of the empty rungs, and they just start hanging from them, and then they both shove each other until they fall to the ring. It was pretty
cool. I was like fucking custody papers of Dominic match. Is that you? Because they did. I was like, oh, that spot looks fucking familiar.
So Mil is sitting on his throne. We see for the first time.
Yeah,
and Cuerno goes in the corner, hits the thrill of the hunt, and he probably could have won right here.
Yeah,
but of course, because this whole story is that Cuerno can't just take the win. Cuerno goes to the outside, grabs a table, and he sets up this table in the corner, tries to do a top rope thrill of the hunt through the table. Fenix counters Hurricane Rana to send Cuerno through the table, and Fenix climbs the ladder and wins the match, getting the Gift of the Gods championship back.
Holy shit! I missed so much. It's so many little bits in here between my last note and this. Fuck.
Oh,
no, you're fine. Because I was trying to like match with what you. You're a lot better at taking play-by-play notes than I am. Because again, you talk about half these spots, and I'm like, did that happen? Oh, okay. But okay. So random notes for between then and now. Fenix tries to do the spot TM again, but Cuerno says no. He tries to do the thing that he did to Cuerno in their last ladder match, where he fucking just like suicides off the ladder onto Cuerno. But this time Cuerno like grabs it and just knocks the ladder over. It's like, fuck you. What else? This might have been while they were in the crowd. Vampiro says, sorry to say it, but the fans of Boyle Heights kind of gruesome. They like blood, and I like evil. And I like evilness, dude.
He probably did. He also mentioned when Cuerno was getting the table and the crowd was like eating that the fuck up. He's like, man, I need these guys at my next birthday party.
Another great vamp line. This is starting to get too violent for my tastes. Striker goes, your tastes? And Vamp goes, okay, I told a lie.
That's amazing.
He just says shit, man. Like, sometimes I feel like I just kind of say shit on this podcast, then we watch Vampiro say literally anything, and it's just whatever comes to his mouth. For a second, it looks like Vampiro's about to like leave the announce table to sit with the fans too, but then he just sits back down. Which
they do not. Striker sells it like that's about to happen, and then Vampiro does not do it.
That's lame. I would have loved to have Vampiro just sit in the crowd for the rest of this. Fucking the crowd in this ladder match, not a TLC match, mind you. I think this is before Cuerno got the table out. The crowd
way before they start chanting "We want tables." Yep.
Yeah, the crowd is chanting "We want tables," and in this ladder match, no tables need.
Bunch of violent fucks.
Man, find me the psychological difference between a Temple believer and a member of the Bills Mafia. All right, that's all I'm saying.
They're the same fucking picture.
It's the same picture. And then Fenix fucking tightrope walk jump. Oh yeah, okay. Fenix motherfucking, as I put it, tightrope walk jump Rana's Cuerno through a table, which was
pretty crazy how that happened.
Yes, it was insane. But then Fenix gets his belt back, and Mil takes this well.
Yeah, Mil stands up and they do the stare down, and both
He's
men
like-
hold up their titles as the show goes off the
Except
air.
between Fenix getting the belt down and him doing the title hold up spot, I think one of the fucking Aztec coins, the medallions, fell out of the belt. One was missing when he does
I
the
did not
hold-up
notice
spot.
that.
Yeah, the one at like the very bottom as he's holding it. It's all of a sudden the spot's like empty again. I'm like, oh look, those dumb fuck magnets didn't hold. Imagine my shock.
You know what would be an interesting gimmick for
Yeah.
the Gift to the Gods is that every time you lose, every time the belt is lost, another medallion is gone. And if like the belt isn't cashed in before the medallions are gone, the belt loses its power.
Oh shit. And the belt disappears forever. I mean, to be fair, the Gift of the Gods thing is kind of convoluted enough. I don't know if I want those extra elements added in.
That's fair. That's just a thing I just thought of like right now as we were talking about this.
No, I appreciate that.
Gone.
But yeah, I just find it funny that the magnets, that those fucking magnets that hold the medallions in just did not hold and just one
magnets. How do they work?
How do those work? We're not trained to know these things. We're just trained to do lucha shit.
Hey, so I thought this was a good match. I think it was the best methodicalness. I think they worked the methodical thing a lot better than they did last time in the last Luchador standing match. Plus, it wasn't all building to exactly one spot.
Yeah, no. I quite enjoyed what they were doing with this match overall. Cuerno having his moments of kind of getting revenge on Fenix for the last one. But again, that story of Cuerno's not really here to win. He's just here to murderize. Again, I'm not a bloodthirsty killer. Axe. Yeah.
The temple does not reward people who are just either too arrogant or too blinded to take the dub.
It's funny because again, they love violence here at the temple. But no, you best be trying to win, motherfucker, or else. Yeah, no.
Or else eventually it will
shit.
bite you in the ass.
Yeah, I do. I think that's such an interesting way to take, because you would think that the temple would reward like the most sadistic motherfucker, but ultimately the morality does skew back to like you should be virtuous and try to win the right way. So it's so interesting.
Or even if you're gonna win the wrong way, at least win.
It almost feels like the fans are accidentally contributing to this weird like meta commentary. Like the fans are their own character in this morality tale, and they're not necessarily the ones in the right. I don't know if that was intentional by any stretch. I
don't think so, but it's a really cool idea to like get in the show, to have in the show.
Yeah, no, I really like it, so I'm gonna pretend like that was intentional the whole time.
Yeah, headcanon. So no post-credit scene or anything like that this episode.
Yeah, no, again, no Dario progression this episode.
No Dario. Not a lot happens narratively because again, half the episode is this ladder match. So. And honestly, none of the story beats we see really advance anything.
It's more just kind of like setting up for the next stretch.
At most, it kind of establishes firmly this kind of a rift between Catrina and Mil that up to this point has not been seen at all.
Yeah. Well, again, we saw it a little bit with like the Fenix shit in season 1, but
sure,
then
we can like
work-ish.
Yeah, it was. We were supposed to think this was a long con play by Catrina, whereas this is just straight up like she is leading him. He is rebelling against Catrina here and disagreeing with her ideas, and he is trying to assert that he is the one in charge of this temple. As
such
champion.
A weird dynamic between them because like they play it off like he's the dominant one, but also she's the one in control and she's mommy.
She's the one with spooky witch powers. I feel like she's the one in control of the situation. He's only a zombie because she made him a zombie. So
yeah, but that doesn't make him any less. I don't. Weird. That whole normal relationship. Yeah.
Yeah, but other than that, no real progression of anything. A lot of top guys aren't here. Like the trios stuff isn't here this week. Tejano isn't here at all. That was a positive, but still noted.
Yay! I don't
Still
give a shit about Tejano. I don't
Still
give a shit
noted.
about you. Yeah.
Um, yeah.
I don't give a shit about you.
Nothing to do with the cops this week. Nothing to do with Cage
Oh.
Mundo.
Oh.
Like
Oh.
a lot of stories were kind of put on the back burner this week as we kind of have a filler episode here early season 2. But we are only 3 episodes away from from Aztec Warfare.
From 3 episodes away from, Lucha Underground, which we have not been watching this whole time.
Of course, Aztec Warfare 2 is coming.
Azteca Boogaloo.
But that is for the near-ish future.
3 months. 3 months.
Yeah. Okay. Next time on this podcast, though, we finally return to 1998. I mean, we're almost there.
Finally.
We are almost to the end of the first round of the Brawl.
Oh my god. Oh, it never ends. It never ends. I'm in hell.
It does definitively end, but we are a while to go on that. But will there be more cahoots between Undertaker and Kane?
Will there be more blackface performed by D-Generation X?
I can confirm no.
Thank Christ.
Will Val Venus have more porn movies to shoot with another man's wife, and we are supposed to be on Val's side?
There's definitely a lot of cuckoldry going on in up here in 1998. More than I expected to see, but also I don't know why
the Land of the Rising Val was a top star.
What? Yeah.
Was a top movie of 98.
Top baby face.
A hit.
This is the baby face. Oh,
yep.
God. I hate it.
But
I hate
all this and more.
Oh.
Next time.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I love how we don't even mention, okay, I guess you mentioned, how the Brawl for All got the least mention out of any of these things.
I mean, we're maybe working angles in the Brawl for All now, which defeats the purpose of the Brawl for All.
Yeah, oh my god, it melts my brain. I don't want to think about it.
But next time we finally get JR's favorite son, Dr. Death Steve Williams. So
what?
I cannot wait to talk about this shit. This is the final important piece of the puzzle of the Brawl for All is Dr. Death.
I refuse to accept the word important anywhere remotely close to Brawl for All.
This is an iconic moment in wrestling history, and we are witnessing.
Oh boy, I'm so glad, Austin, that you take me on these tours of wrestling's most iconic moments.
Mm-hmm. Of course, the Brawl for All.
Nothing but the best. The best that this entertainment medium has to offer.
Yeah,
Yay.
shoot fights. Yeah, but that's for next time. Until then, David, hit our plugs.
Yes, sir. Dear friends, thank you all for joining us on yet another wonderful and short episode of the Noobs and Knockouts Podcast. We're so delighted to have you all here. We are so honored to have you all here. Returning listeners, viewers, what have you, you know the drill. Thank you so much for once again welcoming us back into your eardrums, your eyeballs, whatever the hell it is you use to consume our content. We are so delighted to have you here, and keep coming back. We love you. Come on. But hey, new people. Hey, hi, how's it going? Welcome to the show. We are so delighted to have you here as well. We here at the Noobs and Knockouts Podcast like to think we are friendly to both noobs and knockouts alike. So whether you're brand new to the wild, wacky world of wrestling or you're a veteran of all the weird bullshit, either way, we are delighted to have you here. We hope you feel welcome here. We hope things feel accessible to you here. We hope you want to keep coming back to join us week after week after week, and I'm going to tell you all the ways you can do so. First of all, of course, you can find us on YouTube. We are the Noobs and Knockouts Podcast on YouTube. Hit subscribe. ring that bell, make sure it turns a nice little solid color so you get notifications every single time we drop a brand new episode. Give us all of that sweet engagement. And hey, check out all of our playlists, because Austin is kind enough on the YouTube to organize all of the arcs that we follow into their own separate playlists, so you can follow a single storyline all the way down without having to skip around a whole lot. It's great. And hey, you can see our beautiful, wonderful faces and our sexy looking HUD and all that good stuff. You know, come on, YouTube, it's a good time. But of course, if you're one of those heathens that enjoys the audio only experience, man, I guess we have you covered there too. You can find us on 3 of the best places to find your podcast, which of course are Spotify, Google Podcasts, and Apple Podcasts. Come give us a listen there. Come download our show. Just if you're so inclined, rate our show, review our show, maybe tell some people that, hey, these guys are pretty cool and more people should be listening to them. I don't know. I'm just saying. Be sure to enjoy all of that good audio experience. Oh, it's so delicious to my eardrums.
The auditory delight of the Noobs and Knockouts podcast.
Of the new. That's what I'm saying. Thank you. What I this is your attention to detail knows no bounds. Thank you. Yes. So yes, Noobs and Knockouts Podcast on Spotify, on Google Podcasts, and Apple Podcasts. Of course, we exist beyond the void of this little box that we find ourselves in, week after week. We have some social media presence. First and foremost, of course, is our Twitter. You can find us on Twitter at Noobs and Knoxpod. That's at Noobs, the letter N, Knoxpod on Twitter. Come check us out. We post memes. We engage in discourse. We make a post every single time we drop a brand new episode, so you guys always know what the hell's going on. Of course, the highlight of our Twitter is weekly wrestling live tweeting every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern time on TBS. We are watching AEW Dynamite and having a grand old fucking time with that and tweeting all about that shit. Sometimes it's Austin, sometimes it's me, sometimes it's the both of us. Either way, that's kind of our bread and butter, and we love talking about it. I was there live last week, and it was awesome. And I didn't like.
Yeah, fuck you, man.
Phone sign. Yeah,
piece of shit.
I hear the battle cry.
Fuck you, man.
Angel fly.
You got to see Don Callis turn.
I got
Kenny
to see
Omega.
the greatest top 10 anime betrayals in all of wrestling history, live and in person, when Don Callis betrayed his literally lifelong connection with Kenny Omega.
And yet I wasn't able to be there when Julia Hart turned on the Varsity Blondes.
Hey, but I got to see Julia Hart wrestle, though, in a pretty good match.
Fuck you.
Hey. Yeah, so I had a great time. Didn't tweet about it though, because my phone was dying. But we had fun nonetheless. But when we're not seeing it live and pissing Austin off, we're tweeting it. We're tweeting all about it. Of course.
Why can't Columbus be an A market?
Oh, damn. Sounds like a skill issue, TBH, because everyone on the internet is talking about fucking what a good crowd Detroit is. Motherfuckers in the UK are like, man, that Detroit crowd was goddamn insane, huh? And Tony Khan is like, yeah, it's real. Tony. Direct quote from Tony Khan: "It's very realistic that AEW brings a pay-per-view to Detroit in the near future."
Fuck you, man.
Skill issue. No one cheers like Detroit. I don't know what to tell you.
Well, it's because they have nothing else to cheer for.
Hey, Lions are coming back, all right? Slowly
no,
but
they're
surely.
not. How can they come back? They've never been anywhere.
It doesn't matter. I root for the Bills anyway. Anyway, you. What the fuck? Oh yeah, Twitter. Also, when we have time to, we are tweeting about AEW Rampage as well. The NBA playoffs are fucking around with this schedule, but it's usually
who knows when Rampage is any week.
Who knows? It's a mystery to me personally, but in theory, at 10 p.m. Eastern time on TNT, we are watching AEW Rampage. It is the show that y'all been waiting on. Well, I guess the show that y'all been waiting on now is Collision, and who the fuck knows what Rampage will. It's a whole thing, but while it lasts, we're tweeting about AEW Rampage, and having a good time. On top of that, of course, Austin is a diligent wrestling boy. So some might say he's a real knockout of a wrestling fan. He likes to follow and sometimes even tweet about every single major company pay-per-view, and we like to tell you guys about them because hey, for all you noobs out there, pay-per-views are kind of sick and a great jumping on point for like a great exhibition in wrestling and like watching any given company set up its next chapter of storytelling. So my friend, what is on the docket coming up?
Sure, in an absolutely crazy convergence, every single company's next big show is happening Memorial Day weekend.
Oh no.
Which is next weekend, actually.
Oh yes.
So, let's not take too long to cover the top beats here. First, Friday night, May 26th, Impact Wrestling Under Siege.
Ooh, that's a good name.
Impact Wrestling, you can watch that every week on AXS TV, except nobody gets AXS TV. So instead, you can get a YouTube membership and watch it there. And Impact Under Siege is also available on that same YouTube membership, but also Impact Plus, Impact's streaming service. They got all their back content and shit on there. Now,
nice.
The matches of this card: Steve Macklin, the new Impact World Champion, taking on PCO. He is a Frankenstein monster in a no DQ match.
This motherfucker?
PCO, yes, he's basically Frankenstein.
Oh, okay. I feel like I've heard of him.
Yeah. Deonna Purrazzo versus Jordynne Grace in a last chance match for the Impact Knockouts title, meaning if Jordynne Grace loses, she can't challenge Deonna again.
Just Deonna, not for the title in general?
Well, she can't challenge for the title as long as Deonna Purrazzo is champion.
Boo! Make the last chance even laster. Boo!
Well, we can't have her not... Well, Jordynne Grace... We can't have her never challenge for the title again.
She's too popular.
She's popular. She's one of the top stars of the knockouts. Trey Miguel versus Chris Sabin in an X Division title match where they have barely interacted at all. Good shit.
Yay.
A 6-way match to determine the Impact #1 contender. Alex Shelley, who cut a great promo of, he was like, some people say that I'm the best wrestler the Impact's ever had to never win the world title. So I'm going to go do that.
Okay. Fair enough. I hope he does.
Yeah. Versus Eddie Edwards and Frankie Kazarian, Jonathan Gresham, Moose, and Yuya Uemura.
Damn.
A lot of talented people there. 6-man tag match. The design, Alan Angels, Cody Deaner, and Khan. They're a cult. They were.
Goddamn Alan Angels, man.
Yeah, cult to cult. They were Eric Young's cult, and then to write him off TV, Cody Deaner stabbed him to death. So he just took over. And they tried to run this long con angle of getting Sami Callihan to join the group, but apparently Sami Callihan was playing them the whole time. And so now Sammy's got to find 2 friends, and they'll have a tag match together.
What the fuck is Impact, man?
Trinity, the former Naomi, is now here, and she has a singles match against To Be Determined.
Oh.
But she will have a singles match. Nick Aldis versus Kenny King. Their whole feud is basically Nick Aldis has come back after being in the NWA champion for like 1,000 days and then leaving, and he's back and he wears classic suits. And Kenny's like, why are you walking around here like you a big deal when you're not? You sucked last time you were here, pal.
But disrespect.
Yeah. And then for the tag team championships, you have ABC, that is Ace Austin and Chris Bay of the Bullet Club, taking on Subculture, Mark Andrews and Flash Morgan Webster. Just 2 really athletic British dudes.
Ooh.
And they have also barely had a feud on TV, but hey, it'll be a good match. Then on Saturday, May 27th, is Night of Champions for WWE. Now, for WWE, you can watch Raw, Smack, and SmackDown Mondays at 8, Fridays at 9 on the USA Network and Fox, respectively.
Yeah, but
Night of Champions, WWE, all their shit is on Peacock. WWE, the streaming service for NBC. Now, this is taking place in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. And usually I make it a point to not really talk about the Saudi Arabia shows very much, except this one is giving me stuff to make fun of. So guess what? We're going to talk about it.
Ooh, I do love making fun of the Saudi Arabia shows.
Now, Night of Champions used to be WWE's big gimmick, is that all the titles are to be defended on the show. And in fact, in the original Night of Champions, not only does every title have to be defended, there would be no non-title matches. Every match is for a title. All the titles are on the line.
That's awesome.
Which is, of course, why this Night of Champions has 2 non-title matches on it and has the Uwu champion Roman Reigns not defending his titles.
Obviously, that would be too simple.
Instead, we have Seth Rollins versus AJ Styles in a tournament final to determine the new World Heavyweight Champion, also called the not Roman Reigns World Champion.
Sorry, you're not allowed to beat Roman because he's holding this strap for another 5 fucking years championship.
And of course, despite the fact that Roman is exclusively on SmackDown, so therefore SmackDown has 2 world championships. This World Heavyweight title tournament was not Raw exclusive. And so, in theory, AJ Styles could win this match and SmackDown will have 3 world championships.
Oh my God. But it's probably, what's the over under? Are we thinking Seth?
99% it's Seth.
Okay. Yeah.
Like Seth is going to take the belt. Seth is going to win, take the belt to Raw. Cody Rhodes will feud with Seth Rollins for the 6th time. And that's how Cody's going to win the fucking belt.
No! No, I was so happy when you didn't say Cody Rhodes in there. I was like, oh, they're not doing.
No, he's gonna finish. He'll finish his story later. Don't you worry about it.
Oh my God! Yeah, they're finishing with the fucking consolation prize. Ah!
Instead, Cody will be facing Brock Lesnar again because Brock cost him the match in the World Championship tournament.
Lesnar.
What will Roman Reigns be doing? He will be facing Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn for the tag titles with Solo. Roman will likely win.
Wait, so is this not? Are they just not doing Crown Jewel anymore? Is it just a different show now?
They still do Crown Jewel. They just don't name all the Saudi shows Crown Jewel.
Okay, so instead of Crown Jewel this year, it's Night of Champions.
Yeah, technically they were going to call this event King and Queen of the Ring and bring back the King of the Ring gimmick. But apparently there were issues. No. Well, they use it infrequently.
Yeah, because I thought Woods was King of the Ring for recently.
They were, but they just kind of do it once every few years. But they were going to do King and Queen of the Ring. And then for reasons we don't know, they decide we're not doing that. Maybe because they were going to crown a queen. They've named it to Night of Champions. And fun fact, this show will also mark Roman Reigns' 1,000th day as world champion, where he will not be defending the title and will in fact probably be winning 2 more fucking belts as he wins the undisputed tag titles.
Bro, I'm gonna Roblox myself if Roman actually wins that along with Solo. There's no way. There's no fucking way they make the objectively correct call of giving Sami and Kevin the belts at WrestleMania and then checks notes 2 months later, taking it off of them and giving it to fucking Roman. There's no way.
Yeah, so this is a pretty big deal because Sami Zayn has not been in Saudi Arabia for a WWE show since 2014 due to the ongoing issue, larger society, like global political issues between Saudi Arabia and Syria, of which Sami Zayn is of Syrian descent. And this is his first time being on one of these shows. And Kevin Owens has, since the first one, been also boycotting these shows in support of Sami, and they're both going over to the Saudi Arabia to go lose. Isn't that great?
Bro, I swear to fuck. Like, I mean, this won't change anything. WWE simps will continue to simp just as hard. Nothing... The company will keep chugging along. They'll probably still keep having banger-ass ticket sales for a while. But holy shit, how can you, like, get down with this? Oh, my God.
We are in the third inning of this Roman story, folks, and I would like to go home.
5 more years.
Anyway, other matches. Gunther will be facing Mustafa Ali for the Intercontinental title. Whoopity-doo. And Becky Lynch will be facing Trish Stratus because Trish is now a heel and mean. She is the old-timer legend trying to take up the space of the young people.
Oh my God.
Woohoo.
Okay.
Anyway, WWE Night of Champions. Anyway.
Yeah, definitely watch that.
Double or Nothing on Sunday, May 28th. AEW. Their fifth incarnation. Amazingly, for a show that this is the last one of our episodes that this episode will be coming out a week before this show happens, right?
Yeah.
There are 2 matches announced for Double or Nothing.
Fuck. Only 2. Yup.
There is the Pillars 4-way between MJF, Sammy Guevara, Jack Perry, and Darby Allin for the AEW World Title.
Yeah.
And then
go
ahead. You go ahead with what you're about to say.
Well, I mean the other one being Jay Lethal and Jeff Jarrett versus FTR.
Great for the World Tag Title, and Mark Briscoe is the special referee.
Special referee Mark Briscoe. And the drama is gonna be who is Mark side with, because Dax Harwood accidentally.
Dax got alcohol in his eye, and on instinct gave Mark Briscoe a pile driver.
Yeah, and Mark Briscoe, for some reason, is feeling legitimately betrayed by this and doesn't just see it as an honest mistake. Okay. I mean, I feel like we can take some guesses at other matches. We will probably be doing I say that and then I guess completely we'll probably be doing just Chris Jericho versus Adam Cole. We'll maybe running back Wardlow versus Powerhouse Hobbs for the zillionth time. Maybe, I don't know.
Who is Wardlow? Wardlow's still fighting QTV, right? That's like still the bit there.
Yeah.
Okay. They blew off the Ultimate Deletion.
Yeah.
So...
oh shit. Fucking Gun Club is getting geared up to do something with Ethan Page. Someone's gonna be going up against House of Black. I don't know who.
House Rules, baby.
House Rules is sick, dude.
It is pretty cool.
Oh my god, the way they fucking dim the lights in the arena, holy shit.
Jamie Hayter will probably defend against one of the Outcasts.
Probably Ruby, if I had to guess.
That would be my pick for it.
Yeah, it'd probably be Ruby.
Because they got I think they're building this like Jamie Saraya being like the big one.
Yeah, but that's gonna be all in.
That'd be all in if anything.
That'll be an all in. That'll be an interesting match. They
can run Keith Lee and Swerve. Finally.
Oh shit! Yeah. Get Dustin Rhodes somewhere in there.
Now they'll fill this out all.
Oh yeah.
Excalibur
Educated
is gonna run through all
Excalibur's
these matches
breaking
in
the
30
record
seconds on Wednesday. But yeah, crazy enough. Yeah, so AEW, we already tell how you can watch AEW. You know, Double or Nothing, traditional pay-per-view, where you buy pay-per-views. If you are international, you can buy on Fight TV. If you are US, you can buy on Bleacher Report. Okay, and some select movie theaters. We'll have it playing. Cool. Keep look into that if you want.
Yes. I highly recommend. It's a good time. And yeah, that's what we got. We had a fun little longer section tonight.
Because we had to run down all the cards because all of them are happening next weekend.
Yes. I quite like doing this section actually. Yeah, no, be sure to check all that out, folks. It's a great time to watch these pay-per-views, and we like to tweet about them, and we like to think that if you like listening to us ramble about wrestling for multiple hours on end for some reason, you'll enjoy it over on the Tweeter as well. So check it out. Oh yeah, we were doing plugs. So yeah, Noobs and Knockouts Pod on Twitter. But hey, long form contact with us, that's an option too. You can email us at noobsandknockoutspod@gmail.com. That's noobs, the word and this time, knockoutspod@gmail.com. Come say hi to us. Tell us what you think about the show. Make requests for things you want to see us cover on the show. Tell us how based and red pill our hot takes are, or call us idiots. I don't know, whatever. Start discourse with us. Say hi. We love people saying hi. We would love to say hi back. Noobs and knockoutspod@gmail.com. And of course, finally, you can also find us on Patreon. We are also the Noobs and Knockouts Podcast on Patreon. The link for that is in our Twitter. $1 a month, just a single little bone every 30 days. Gets you early access to episodes and a shout out at the end of each episode. A shout out to who else? The Sugar Daddy Kyle Smith for hooking us up for being our beloved most loyal patron. Enjoy your perks, buddy. We appreciate you. If you want to enjoy your perks along with our boy Kyle, be sure to drop that little dollary due down on the Patreon. Helps us out a lot, more than you would realize. And it means a lot to just have support of our wonderful audience. So what are you waiting for? Check it out. It's a good fucking time. Noobs and Knockouts Podcast on the Patreon. Once again, the link for that is in our Twitter.
See you all next time.
Hasta luego.